Well, first episode with the new camera should be pretty dope. Gonna start off with a new segment called "What Not to Send Girls on Tinder Because They Don't Work," the pickup lines. Yeah, so I was pretty proud of this one, to be honest, and it did not work. So actually, I just remember it because I came up with it. So I hit this chick with this pickup line, and it was there's a bug on there. Also, there's gonna be a lot of bugs. I hit this chick with this pickup line, and it was the best way to not get COVID. And she was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "A full dose of vitamin me." Nothing. I actually think she unmatched me. So yeah, that's how dating's going right now. But we've called it quits on the dating scene, and I'm doing the 75 hard. It's a pretty good challenge. But what I mainly wanted to talk about today was this is a new segment called Soapbox of BS. So it's just me talking and get a little sneak peek at how my brain works, and I'm gonna try to talk loud enough, but we should be good. So yeah, a big thing that I've learned so far is like cyclic growth. And what I mean by that is every day you're always hearing people, go out, make yourself better, do all this crazy shit. And it's super motivating, you see a little TikTok or Instagram video and you want to get out there, start doing crazy stuff. But I don't think the human habit is formed well when you just go out and do, like, you're not going to just go out and from running no miles to running 12 miles. Your body's not going to like that. You're going to wake up the next morning all sore and not going to be happy. And you're not going to stick to it. So what I always try to tell people is, for one, like I say it a lot, life is a cycle. Everything on earth is a cycle. The economy cycles, your body, your life, the life cycle of your body, So you need to match. It's basically how the universe functions to be successful. So when I say cyclic growth is maybe the first week you set a goal for the week to run 5 miles, So like a mile every other day or every day, whatever works for you. You don't have to go out and run a marathon every day. Some people do. And they obviously didn't start off that way. So you got to build yourself up to that. So, one day, but, this is more of like a shifting cycle. So you start off with 1 mile, and then you start where you ended on that. Start your next cycle. So you do 1 mile and then a day, and then the next day or the next week, maybe 1.5 miles or 2 miles, whatever works for your body. You don't want to just go out and drive like crazy because you're not going to like it, and you're not going to be able to stick with it. You got to form those habits. So, and you just got to look at stuff in cycles. So it might not be the best day right now or tomorrow. It could not be the best week or month, but, it's going to cycle. It's going to come through, but you got to put in the work. I think there's an old proverb that says there's 2 farmers, and I actually got this from, I think it's Facing the Giants, that movie. There's 2 farmers. They both asked God for rain, and one of them prepared their fields and one of them did not. And one of them got rain and one didn't. I'll let you guess who, but the one who prepared their fields. So you're not gonna get rain if you're sitting on the couch doing nothing. So you gotta create the cycle, and the next thing for that is just journaling. Like, I always put off journaling for the longest time, and I just thought, I'm like, nah, I just keep it in my head. I can do whatever. But it is super important because you can look back and say, man, I ran this many miles, I did this many push-ups, like this is how I thought that day, this is how this day made me feel. And then if you're going back through it, and like I write down everything I eat, you know, and it's I mean, like I felt super crappy one day, and I'm like, okay, I need to stay away from maybe this combination of foods, maybe not everything on the list, but like stay away from that combination. So, and yeah, so I definitely suggest journaling, fitness, food, especially what's going on in your head. It's super weird at first to start writing down your thoughts that you have every day, but it's something you need to do. I highly suggest it. It establishes a baseline for, where you can start that cycle and where you can, finish it. So, you gotta know where you're at to figure out where you want to go. So yeah. And then one thing that's been throwing me off lately is just people's excuses for not wanting to do stuff. They're like, oh, this hurts, or oh, that hurts, or like, it's like, I don't have enough time. Going back to journaling, if you put in the time that you do certain things every day, I guarantee you will find 3 to 4 hours of just gunk. Just like played on my phone, like, wasn't doing efficient, like successful people habits. So, you gotta write down what you're doing every day, because I guarantee you can still have that like wind down time. I understand that. Like after work, you want to wind down. You want to look on your phone. You want to hang out with your family, but like you can still go to the gym, or you can still go for a walk. Like physical exercise doesn't have to be strenuous. Like go for a little walk or a little jog, do some push-ups. It doesn't have to be crazy, just start off somewhere, get the ball rolling, and then you'll realize how better it makes you feel. And then it snowballs from there, and it's a fantastic feeling. And I am not a fan, and I've used it a lot, but I'm not a fan of the word busy. Like, oh man, how you been? Oh, I've been busy. No, like there's always room for improvement in your daily schedule. Like people love using that excuse. They work 8 hours a day, they go home, they watch TV, and they feel like they did something because they did what the bare minimum of society expected of them. You're not busy, you're just shit at managing your time. And then if you actually become good at managing your time, you'll realize how much time in the day you have to do things you enjoy. So, step one, stop using the word busy all the time. It's a crutch, and I think people need to quit that shit. So, and also, like, your brain's a part of your body, obviously. Everybody knows that. So the healthier you are, the more efficient and the more effective your brain is going to be, and then you don't have to be slurping down these energy drinks with 300 milligrams of caffeine. I think the half-life of caffeine, depending on your genetics, is 7 to 9 hours. Half-life. That's why no one can sleep, and everybody's slamming melatonin, including myself. I've nursed myself off of doing a lot of energy drinks, but you gotta let your body function naturally. I guarantee you, we would not have made it this far with the genetics we have if everybody was groggy. If the cavemen were groggy, you wouldn't be able to fight off, I don't freaking know, like saber-toothed tigers or woolly mammoths. Well, you're not fighting off woolly mammoths, they'd probably kill you, but you know what I mean? Like, sun up to sundown, our ancestors fought, survived, gathered, hunted. Like, they were busy. I know I just said not to say that, but they were actually busy because they were trying to not die. We don't have that crutch to where we have to fend for our lives every day. So your body is not meant to be slamming caffeine. So first off, get your body right, and that'll help you fire those neurons and such to where your brain is functioning correctly. And then you have a lot more time in the day. You can wake up at 5:30 every day and go to bed at 11, and you'll be fine. It takes practice and it takes time, and it sucks. But you're going to have a lot more time in your day, and and you don't have an excuse, you know. Can't keep saying you're busy. The next thing I suggest, and this is something I just finished college, and I always told myself that I would start reading more, like just for fun, as soon as I graduated college, and I did. And I hope I'm putting this in the camera, but this is, put it right in front of my face so I know for sure, Cant Hurt Me by David Goggins. And holy shit, this book is the most motivating book I have ever skimmed through. Or not skimmed through, I read the crap out of it. I read the entire thing in 19 days. Man, I couldn't put it down. I was reading it on my lunch break. I was reading it before bed. I remember halfway through it, my phone would tell me my screen time went down like 400%. And that might just be me. I understand if you don't like books, but like, try it, you know? Like it's a different experience. You have to build a world in your head. And I also suggest if you like these kind of books that are like written by, I don't know if you want to call them all celebrities, but like I listened to a couple podcasts that David Goggins was on, and I got his voice in my head. So I got to basically have his audiobook in my head. 100%. Like 100% suggest that. That was a phenomenal experience. And anybody just going through times where you feel like life has its foot on your throat, fantastic book. He puts a whole new perspective in your brain, and it's not even like oh, my life was so hard, you don't have an excuse. I mean, he had a absolutely horrifying life, and the places he went with the experiences he had is absolutely outrageous, and it blows my mind. But a lot of people have this outlook on life where you just point at somebody else and go, well, I'm not that bad, you know, I could be worse. The only person that you should point and say that to is yourself in the mirror, because you're never gonna be in a bad place if you're always pointing and saying somebody else is worse, because you're just going to keep finding worse people as you go down the line, and then all of a sudden you're going to be having heart problems, you're going to be 300 pounds, and you're going to be having some issues. So the only battle you have to win is be better than you were yesterday. And that outlook alone has changed my life. I've been doing a lot better, just mentally and physically and emotionally. It's made me look inside myself to a point I didn't even know I could see. And it's a very eye-opening experience. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do this a little more. I kind of like it. See how much time I have taken up. About 13 minutes. Yeah, I can live with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, I didn't realize that a lot of people enjoyed, you know, the podcast, and I hope this is an experience that you all enjoy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do this a little more. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you for tuning in.